The sound of an alarm clock going off in the morning is one of the worst sounds possible. At that point, there's nothing else you want than to just turn around and go straight back to bed. Raise your hand if you agree. You like to sleep? Everybody likes to sleep? Okay. All right. I actually think waking up early can be pretty beneficial. I think there's a couple things that if you do and you like the changes and you keep on doing it, you'll just see more positive change. I think the 3 things that you could really benefit from is you'll become more successful. I'll show you why later. You'll be happier and you'll also be healthier. As a college student, obviously, being successful is something that we should all be concerned with. To begin, you're more successful because you have a higher GPA if you sleep more. If you're a morning person, you have a higher chance of having a higher GPA, and that is from WebMD. There are actually 824 undergraduates in this study from the University of North Texas, and the early birds in it actually had a GPA 1 point higher on average. The night owls, I guess, had a 2.5, and the early birds had a 3.5. And then successful people sleep early. It actually goes the opposite way too. People that wake up in the morning also get better grade. It just doesn't. It kind of correlates back and forth. And then the next one, oh yeah, that was Colorado. There were 64 students, and yeah. And then also again, success. Many people are successful because they take the time in the morning to get ready. A couple of examples would be Tim Cook. He's the CEO of Apple right now. He'll be up at 4:30 checking and sending emails in the gym by 5. And he also prides himself on being the first in the office and the last out. Next is Robert Iger. He's the Disney CEO, also up by 4:30. And he says he already begins multitasking, doing stuff like having quiet time to read papers, exercise, listen to music, look at emails, and watch TV. And then finally, my boy, Benjamin Franklin. He was a founding father, obviously awesome. He woke up at 5 every morning, and he was credited, or he would wake up at 5 and apparently say, "What good should I do this day?" So I mean, he was a founding father. That's pretty cool. He was also credited with saying, "Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise," which is also a pretty good saying. On the healthy part of it, late nights and late wake-up times lead to unhealthy behaviors. This was an Australian study that looked at 2,200 9 to 16-year-olds from Australia, and it looked at 4 groups. It was early to bed, early to rise, late to bed, early to rise, late to bed, late to rise, and early to bed, late to rise, or whichever one like that. And they found that the early people always were, they seemed to be the healthiest and always the most upbeat, never really got too sloppy or tired during the day. And then that was from the U.S. National Library of Medicine. And the night owls are at risk of being unhealthy and gain weight. Late night snacks can add up. They actually found on average that if you are a night owl and you eat like fast food or whatever at night, you'll add 248 more calories a day, which adds up pretty quickly. In that particular one, there were 51 participants. And then on the happiness part, I mean, happiness, you wake up in the morning, if you woke, 4:30 is a little bit of a stretch, but you wake up at 5, your class is at 8, you have 3 hours. With that time, you can go to the gym, come back, take a shower, drink some coffee, do whatever you really want to do, and have a more productive day, feel better. If anybody's ever ran in the morning, you feel great throughout the rest of the day, no matter what. So, I mean, if you wake up early, you're just going to feel better about yourself. And then, to conclude it, I think waking up early can benefit all of us somehow. I mean, we all want to be successful, and like you just saw a couple of studies showing you that if you do wake up early, go to bed early, then you're going to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. And if you don't, then you're probably going to be a little bit tired, drowsy throughout the day. You'll be happier because you have more time, less stress, and you'll also be healthier. All right, thank you, and I hope you decide to make some changes. Here's the